Perfect. Well, welcome. Thanks for, again, I don't know what's going to happen when a time comes where I don't have one technical issue. I'm going to think something's totally wrong. So, tonight we're still back into our focus of wrists, but we're going to add shoulders tonight. So, I want you to make sure that you're mindful of this. Because we're really going to focus on mobilizing the scapula, kind of like when your shoulder out of the socket and then when it comes back in. So that's what we're really going to focus on. And we're going to work kind of the small muscles all around the shoulder areas. And obviously, I will incorporate delicious little stretches for not just the shoulders, but for the wrist. You'll notice tonight I am taped up into kinesiology tape. I think that's how you say it, kinetic something. Anyway, I've really been struggling with my wrist, so I'm trying all different things. Next week I might actually tape up all the way down my thumb all the way down. So I'm trying new and different exciting things. But anyway, so tonight these flows are going to really help us find proper muscle engagement within the shoulder blade, and we'll do a lot of things with our wrist, but not really down dogs. We will do some forearm planks, but nothing crazy. So for right now, let's just come to a nice seated position, coming into Sukhasana first. Let's get rid of our day. And we always do that moving through our breath because that's what connects us with our mind, our body onto the mat. So just start to breathe into this, kind of allowing the breath to come in, allowing the breath to come out. Maybe really kind of filling up and then letting everything collapse. So think about expanding these side ribs. In fact, you want to know what? We're going to take our hands. We're actually going to place them on our rib cage. So spread those fingers nice and wide. You can either open your eyes or close your eyes. We can do this with our eyes closed. But I want you to think about inhaling so far that you expand all different directions. So inhale, watch how those elbows move out to the side of the room. And then on the exhale, watch how everything collapses in. Keep going. Keep inhaling in, exhaling out, inhaling in, filling up big and wide, exhaling everything out. Last time, big and wide. Expand those rib cage out to the outer edges of the room, and then exhale, allow them to knit together. Beautiful. And now place those hands right on your knees. You can come into that mudra with connecting your thumb and your index finger. Close your eyes and let go of your to-do list. Let go of what came before. Let go of any names that you may physically be attached with. Maybe someone calls you mom, someone calls you wife, someone calls you boss, someone calls you staff member. Let them go. Just be you right now. And with each inhale and each exhale, just letting all of that commitment wash off of you. We don't always need it. Let it literally just drip down your back. Let it pool on your mat. It'll be there when you get off. No to-do lists, no names, just being. Taking one more breath here. And now nice and gently, I want you to open your eyes. So we're still in sitting position for right now. All I'm going to do is ask you to take your hands, place them right on your shoulders, okay? So your elbows are out to the side in alignment with your shoulders. And all you're going to do now is make shoulder circles coming forward, bringing those elbows up, making big round circles. You might hear some crinkles, right? Whether it be in your neck, whether it be in your shoulder girdle, nice and big, spreading them all the way behind you. Come back in for one more and let's switch the direction. So now our elbows are going to go behind us and they're going to come forward. That's it. Just switch the direction again, right? Isn't this the way that your body probably doesn't want to do it? Again, yoga, we're all about training our mind, putting this in our muscle memory. So one way isn't always more accessible than the other. That's it. Beautiful. And now slowly just allow your hands to come back down on your knees. And we're going to do those shoulder shrugs. So where we take our shoulders, breathe them all the way up to our ears, and then on the exhale, we're going to let them drop. So as you're ready, inhale those shoulders all the way to the ears. Exhale it out of your mouth. Let them drop. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Gorgeous. Taking one more breath. We are going to bring our arms out into a T. Okay. So palms are facing up to start. We're going to do this on the floor. We could do it standing up, but for right now, we're going to do it on the floor. And now I want you to take those thumbs. You're going to flip your palms down and turn the thumbs behind you so that your whole entire shoulder girdle is what we call inner rotated. So they're turning in, right? So those thumbs are all the way behind you. Now let's externally rotate them. So you're going to take those thumbs, send them forward, and then send them back like you're holding trays in your hands. And then just go back and forth with your breath pattern. You know, if this is uncomfortable, back off a little bit, but just going back and forth, just kind of warming up that shoulder girdle. Again, thinking like shooting those thumbs all the way back, or shooting your pinkies to the front of the room. Keep going. That's it. 2 more. Gorgeous. On your exhale, bring the hands back down into the lap. Yep, it feels, you're starting to feel it now, right? I hear you. And now let's come in and work on the rotations again. So I'm going to ask you to just bring your hands all the way out in front of you. So palms face each other, fingertips in front. We're going to try to take our shoulder out of its scapular or shoulder girdle. So what I want you to do is I want you to lift your shoulders to your ears, press your hands to the front, and then bring your shoulder blades down. Can you feel that? So bringing your shoulders up to your ears, pressing those fingers forward, and then sending them back. So it's almost like the motion of a locomotive. That's the only way I can explain it. That's it, bringing them out. Keep going. So this is kind of what we call shoulder flossing. You're also lubricating that shoulder joint. And don't you worry, I haven't forgot about your wrists. All right, when you're ready, place the hands back down onto your knees. You're like, holy crap, I'm sorry, maybe I'm the only one that's feeling it. Because we're gonna take that now and we're gonna reverse it. So bring your hands back out. I want you to lift those shoulders up to your ears. Now bring the shoulder blades back and down. So we're reversing that shoulders, pressing those arms out, shoulders to the ears, and then you're going to drop them. Pressing the arms out, pulling them out of the shoulder girdle, and then bringing them down and back so they sit in the shoulder girdle. So keep going. And this is a lot. You're really, really, not only, as I said, lubricating, but you're really moving that shoulder. You're mobilizing it. You're giving yourself a little bit more space for flexibility. Do one more. And then place those hands down on to the knees. I hope you're all feeling it. I can see you tonight. So if you feel it, shake your head because I know I'm feeling it in my shoulders. So we're going to keep moving into, actually, you know what? Let's do a little wrist and then we'll come back to the shoulders. So in regards to your wrists, we're going to push our hands back out. Okay. Now, I want you to bring your fingertips together, right? Bring your fingertips together in front of you. On the exhale, turn the fingertips out. So send those fingertips out to the side and move your arms into a T. Once you're in the T, bring those fingertips, bring them back in front of you and connect the tips. Inhale the hands out to the side. Fingertips start to come together on the exhale, bringing them, connecting in the middle. Exhaling or inhaling the fingertips. I'll get the exhale and inhale right eventually. Out to the side, bringing it all back in on the exhale. Inhale. Now I want you to do this with your breath pattern. Keep going. Again, I'm really starting to feel the warmth in one of my shoulders. That's it. Keep going. And then gently, nice and slowly this time, let's bring those hands back down. We're just going to lift one shoulder to our ear. Just make some nice little shoulder rolls with the right shoulder. And then let's switch sides, shoulder rolls with the left shoulder. So now you're going to know whether you're going back or forward. So now on the right side, I want you to switch the direction. So I came forward on my right side. So now I'm going to breathe it back. That's it. And then switch onto the left side. Breathe those shoulder circles behind you. And let's get back into the wrists one more time. As you're ready, hands now, fingertips see the ceiling or the sky. Slowly make a fist and pull those fists back towards your rib cage so that your elbows press out behind you. So now, when you're ready, press the hands forward like you're pressing that front wall away. Bring it to a fist and pull those fists back behind you. So this is an isometric exercise. That's it. Make the fist and pull. Inhale, press forward. Exhale, fist and pull back. That's it. Drop those shoulders. Inhale, forward. Exhale and pull back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull back. And now nice and slowly place that hand. Just take a second here. Let everything come back together. I'm going to turn one more time. All right. Let's come on back into now this time a cactus, right? Or goalpost arms. So your fingertips are spread nice and wide. Look at your elbow points. Make sure that they're in alignment with your shoulder girdle. Okay, so they're in alignment with your shoulders. On your exhale now, pretend like you're a scarecrow and let's fold those arms down. So now the palms face behind you. When you're ready, inhale, float it up. Exhale. That's it. Follow your breath pattern. This is a nice, easy one. But you will start to feel it into the shoulders. Again, just flossing, getting fluid to move through our shoulder joints. Shoulders and wrists are so easy to injure. So we're mobilizing it. We're strengthening them. Nice and slowly. On your next exhale, place those hands down onto your lap. This time, let's take the right hand, stretch it over towards the left, and then let's grab that left hand is going to grab your right shoulder blade. And I want you to see if you can just pull that shoulder right out of that girdle. Feel that really nice stretch. This should feel really good. Just breathe. And then on your next inhale, let's switch sides. So left arm goes over right side, right hand is going to pull onto that shoulder. See if you can pull it right out of the joint. Feel that gorgeous, nice, little delicious stretch. Breathe. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly. This time, we're going to bring the elbows at the side, palms facing up, right? When you're ready, we're going to take those hands. We're going to breathe them out to the side. Again, like you have 2 trays of cookies in your hands. When you're ready, you're going to extend your arms to the sky in a V. On your exhale, bring those elbows right down into your sides. Bring them to the front. That's it. Exhale them out to the side. Inhale them in the V. Exhale them down towards your rib cage, those elbows. Bring the hands into the front. Exhale them out to the side. Hold those trays. Inhale it up to the sky. Exhale, elbows down at your sides, hands out. And then bring those hands back in towards the center. Last time, send those hands out to the side. Inhale the arms straight up. That's it. Palms face up. Exhale, bend at the elbows. Hold your tray of cookies. And then inhale them back into center. Beautiful. Take a breath here. Place the hands back down onto your knees. We're going to try to do a shoulder stretch. So I'm going to ask you to walk your left hand out first. Take your right hand on your left ear. Start to pull, not really pull, but gently allow that right ear to drip towards your right shoulder blade. And then lifting that left hand, I want you to grab the left shoulder and see if you can pull apart the shoulder and the neck. Nice little stretch here. Breathe into this. Again, back off if you feel any pain or discomfort. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly take that right hand, place it right on your right cheek. Bring the right cheek up, right, nice and slowly until your face is back center or your chin is center or parallel with the floor. And let's walk the right hand out, left hand. So now we're gonna rotate that hand up, grab, left hand grabs right ear. So drip that left ear to the left shoulder. Make sure you're not looking down, make sure you're not looking up. Start to walk those right fingertips out a little further to get a bigger stretch. And then when you're ready, taking that right hand, placing it on that right shoulder. See if you can kind of tug them apart. Nice and easy. No discomfort, just a nice stretch. And then as you're ready, slowly take that left hand, bring it to the left cheek, bringing that chin back neutral to the floor. Okay. So we're going to get back into those external and external and internal rotations. So we're going to get into the triceps. So I want you to take your right hand, breathe it all the way to the sky, drop down that left shoulder, drop down that right shoulder. When you're ready, bending that right elbow and placing the right hand right in between your shoulder blades. Okay, walk that hand down as far as you can, as far as you're comfortable, and then breathing that left arm or left hand, grab that right elbow. I want you to think about really pressing your head or the crown or your skull into that right arm so that you're not dripping down towards your chin to your chest so that your spine is nice and tall. Taking a breath. I know you know where we're going here. We're just getting into that tricep stretch, but we're going to take now the left arm out to the side. Palm first faces to the front. Now you're going to internally rotate that palm. So now your shoulder comes internally rotating, bending at that left elbow. Let's see if we can grab or touch fingertips. If you can't, just grab your shirt. But right now, I'm really interested in making sure that your spine is nice and long. Taking a breath here. All right, let's add on here a tiny little bit, and maybe tonight is not the night you add on, but I'm just gonna drip forward, just dripping over with the hips. Take a breath here. Hold wherever your body says to hold. Make sure your heart is leading. And then when you're ready, on your time, let's work our way back up. We're going to come out of this nice and slowly. Again, come into that nice extended spine. When you're ready, disconnect the left hand first. Place that left hand right onto that left knee. When you're ready, inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, right hand down to right knee. Once we're there, let's switch the leg. So let's take that back foot, place it in the front. Give that front leg a little bit of a rest here for a second. Make sure your sit bones are rooted down. Inhale, left arm high. Now you're going to find one side will be easier for you. Before we do anything, I want you to drop the left shoulder. That's it. Taking a breath here. Make sure the shoulders blades are kind of parallel with each other. And then on your exhale, bending that left hand, really kind of working it in between the shoulder blades. You know how we talk about where we hold that pencil when we bring the shoulder blades together? That's where I want your fingertips. Keep reaching those fingertips down towards your tailbone. Think about spine is long, so press the back of your head into that elbow, into that left elbow. And when you're ready, extend the right hand out. Palm first faces to the front. On your exhale, let's internally rotate that left shoulder, bending, or right shoulder, I'm sorry, bending at that right elbow. And let's see if you can touch fingertips on this side. Breathe. And again, no big deal. So maybe this side, you're like, yeah, hell no. It's okay. Just be all right with it. But again, straight spine. And then when you're ready on your exhale, start to drip forward. As you drip forward, you'll notice that you're also opening your hips. You should feel a little sensation in those hips. You can go as low as you like. You could stay as high as you want. Just listen to your body. Keep breathing. And then nice and slowly, let's come all the way back up. And again, mindfully coming out of this, let's extend that right arm out, place that right palm onto the right knee. Inhale, left arm high, placing that on there. That's it. Take a breath. Let's breathe into some nice little shoulder rolls. And then slowly, let's take the hands back onto the shoulders. And then so we're gonna breathe those elbows out to the side. On your next exhale, I want you to bring the elbows together, get them to connect. Inhale and open. Now I want you to look to the sky. Lift your heart. That's it. Beautiful. And then exhale. So these are kind of like little cat and cows, sitting cat and cows. Inhale. Look up. That's it. Beautiful. Opening on the throat chakra. Exhale. Round that back a little bit. Connect the elbows together. Inhale. Last time. Look up. Beautiful. Exhale. Bring them together. And now this time, just hold. Drop the chin to the chest. I want you to feel how the shoulder blades are kind of separating off the back. So instead of pinching our shoulder blades together, they're separated. I want you to put this memory into your mind because we're going to do a lot of different variations of cat-cow. And when you're into the cat, this is what it should feel like. Beautiful. On your exhale, let's just come forward. Let's come to all fours on your mat. All right. So this will probably be the most that you'll be on your wrists all evening. All right. So let's actually come off of our wrists. We're going to come down onto forearms. All right. So you're still at a table. Shoulders are over your elbows. Your hips are over your knees. When you're ready, make sure you look at your hands. The fingertips are spread nice and wide. All right. Here we go. When you're ready, I just want you to look forward like you were going to come into a cow. So let your belly drop, look forward. And then on the exhale, just look towards your belly button, chin to chest. We're just going to do this a few times. Inhale into the cow. Exhale into the cat. Inhale into the cow. Spread those sit bones in the cow. Exhale into the cat, pinning the belly button towards the spine. When you're ready, come back into neutral spine. Make sure your toes are tucked, or maybe you want the tops of your feet on the floor. I'm going to tuck my toes. And on my next inhale, I'm going to inhale my right leg high. Okay. So make sure you're engaging your abs. Now, I want you to look forward, let your belly drop like you're coming into a cow, right? On your exhale, bring that chin or bring that knee into your chest and round like the cat. And then inhale like the cow. Look forward. Exhale. Knee to nose into the cat. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Last time. Knee to the nose. Really hug it in. Engage the abs. And when you're ready, come back into a neutral spine. Your right foot is still lifted. And all I want you to do is now just make some hip circles. You're gazing down at your mat. We're just kind of warming up that hip. We really haven't done anything for the hips. And then switch the directions of your circles. Beautiful. On your exhale, place your right knee down to the mat. Take a breath here. If you'd like, if you're more comfortable, you can also connect your hands Just interlace your hands if that makes you feel more stable, wherever you're comfortable, but you're still in on your forearms. All right, so when you're ready, let's just do some cat and cow on our forearms one more time. As you're ready, inhale, look forward, let your belly drop, heart floats. Exhale, that's it, chin to chest, round through the spine, dome through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last time. Exhale. That's it. Beautiful. Take one breath. Come back into neutral spine if you can. And then when you're ready, inhale that right or left leg all the way to the sky. That's it. Breathe. Make sure that that left foot is flexed. And now I want you to look forward. Let your belly drop. Come into that cow. And then exhale. Round and dome the spine. Chin to chest. Knee to nose. Inhale. Extend the leg. Cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, and then exhale. And then come in, but don't let that left knee drop now. And just make some circles, lubricating that hip joint. That's it. Little circles, big circles, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then switch the direction. Small or little. Beautiful. And then on your exhale, place that left knee down on the mat. Bring your knees to touch. And we're going to come into a nice little tiny child's pose. So if you can, get your forehead to the mat, but bring your arms behind you so that the palms see the sky. Allow the shoulder blades to actually come out of the shoulder girdle for a little bit of relaxation. Just breathe here. See if you can get the breath into the back body, nice and wide, filling it up. This should feel really good for your shoulders right now because they've done a lot of work already. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly come up. All I'm going to ask you to do now, separate your knees a little bit, like maybe 4 inches apart, and then shift your heart through coming into a child's pose. So extended arm, child's pose. Here we go. When you're ready, come on up, round your spine like a cat. Come to your forearms, and then slowly come up, and then round into the cat. So it's kind of like this really weird movement. When you're ready, forearms come back down to the mat. Shift your hips back into the child's pose. When you're ready, inhale, round your spine through the cat. On your exhale, forearms down to the mat. Shift your hips back down toward your heels. Ready? Inhale, extend the arms, roll through that cat. Exhale, forearms down, coming through that cow. And then shift your hips back into child's pose. One more time. Inhale, round the spine, coming through the cat. Exhale, forearms down. You're inhaling through that cow and then shifting your hips back. We're going to do that just one more time now. Inhale, round the spine, extend the arms, rounding through that cat. Exhale, forearms down, look forward, coming through the cow, and then shifting the hips back. Now we're going to reverse this. All right, so when you're ready, inhale, come to forearms, come into the cow, extend the arms, round through the back, and place your glutes onto your heels. Here we go. Come to forearms, work through your cat, look forward. Extend the arms, chin to chest, round through cat. Exhale, coming into the child's pose. Beautiful. Inhale again, look forward, come onto the forearms, coming through the cow. Start to extend the arms now, curl into the cat, and exhale down onto your child's pose. Last time, come to forearms, look forward, coming through the cow. Extend up into the cat, round the spine, belly button to spinal cord, and then exhale into the child's pose. Just hold on here. Bring your arms behind you, palms face up. If you'd like to bring your knees together, you can. Mine are a little separated. Again, breathe into the back body. We're going to build a little heat one more time. We'll be coming into forearm plank and doing like a little bit of a dolphin. But before we do that, we're going to floss our shoulders in through table. So I want you to come back up into your table. So we call this shoulder flossing, but it's also kind of like a scapula glide a little bit. So coming into the table, pick up your belly button. And yes, I do know you're on your wrist. And all I want you to do now is drop your heart and see if you can pin your shoulder blades together on your back. And then on your inhale, I want you to press through the floor where shoulder blades now separate on your back, right? So again, just moving through the shoulder blades. Pinch the shoulder blades together. And you'll notice when you pinch them together, your heart drops down. Inhale, and now separate them up on your back. Drop, that's it. Pinch them together. And then separate them as you lift up. This is almost a little tiny bit of a cat and cow as well. Keep going. All the movement is in your shoulders. It's nowhere else, just your shoulders. Heart drops. Inhale, press those shoulder blades apart on your back. Last time, let the heart drop. And then press the shoulder blades apart by lifting and pressing through the floor. Beautiful. Take a breath here. As you're ready, let's come on to forearms one more time. So again, you can come to hands or you can interlace your hands. When you're ready, walk your left foot back, walk your right foot back, and we are now in a plank, right? Forearm plank, taking a breath here. Pick up your belly button. Think about no butt up in the air, no belly dropping. This is where I want you to notice how your shoulder blades are separated on your back or off your back. Breathe. When you're ready, I want you to shift your heart back toward your feet so that your head threads through your shoulders, and then walk those toes closer to your head, coming into dolphin. Just gonna breathe into dolphin. Think about trying to allow your heels to drop a little closer to the mat. And then when you're ready, let's walk those feet back into forearm plank. Your gaze now is down right in between your forearms. Breathe. That's it. 2 more breaths here. Building strength. Working those abs. Here we go. Look back at your toes. Start to shift your head through those arms. And then once you're there, start to walk your toes closer to your head, almost like in a small version of an inverted V, like a down dog. Allow the heels to drop a little closer to the mat. Separate the shoulders on the back. Breathe. And then as you're ready, coming back into your regular forearm plank. Anytime you need to drop down on your knees, do it. Last time, let's come into that dolphin, pressing your heart back to your toes, your head back to your toes, and then walking those toes closer to your head, coming into the inverted V, dolphin. Think about where your belly button is. Think about separating the shoulder blades on the back. When you're ready, drop your knees down to the mat, big and wide, big toes touch, and this time coming into a regular child's pose, extended child's pose. Elbows are up off the mat, fingertips are spread nice and wide. Feel what's going on your shoulder blades, right? So that, again, they're separated off of your back. Just breathe into this. Sometimes forearm planks can be a little intense. Just feel the breath come in. Feel the breath go out. And then as you're ready, look forward. And I'm going to ask you to now just come out right onto your belly. We're going to come all the way down onto your belly. This should feel good. Make a little pillow for your head for a second here. Bend your knees and just windshield wiper those knees, taking any pressure off that lower lumbar spine that you might have put on there while we were in dolphin. Just breathe. So we're going to do these really new weird things that I just learned. And the first time I did it, I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. And by the fifth time I started to keep doing them, I was like, oh my God, these are very difficult. All right, so first thing I want you to do, let's land those legs back down on the mat. And I want you to think about pressing your pubic bone into the floor. And you'll notice that once you press your pubic bone into the floor, it engages the fronts of your legs. Once you're there, I want you to place your forehead down on the mat. And let's bring the arms out into cactus, right? So keep pressing the pubic bone down to the mat, right? You'll notice that when you press your pubic bone down to the mat, your belly button tucks back towards your spine. So the first part of this is super easy. All I'm going to ask you to do is lift your hands up off the floor. And then exhale the hands down to the mat or the floor. So your elbows are still connected. Inhale, breathe the hands up off the floor. Exhale them back down. Inhaling the hands up. Exhaling them down. It's not a big movement. Last time, inhale, hands up off the floor. Exhale down. Here we go. We're going to add on. You ready? Inhale, hands up off the floor. And now lift elbows up off the floor. Exhale, elbows down to the floor. And then breathe the hands down to the floor. Inhale, hands up off the mat. Inhale, elbows off the floor. Exhale, elbows down. And now hands down. Inhale, hands up. Elbows up. Exhale, elbows down, hands down. Take a breath here because we're going to add on again. If you'd like, bend the knees, just windshield wiper those knees, taking any pressure off of that sacrum. I don't know if anybody else feels this, but you will now too. So here we go. Let's add on one more thing. Starting from the beginning, right? And take a second to just check in here. Make sure your elbows are out into goalposts or goddess arms. Here we go. Press the pelvis down into the mat, right? That will help anchor you. It also helps to engage the fronts of your legs. Inhale, hands off the mat. Inhale, those elbows off the mat. Now press your arms out into a V. Bring the arms back into cactus. Elbows down on the mat, hands down on the mat. Woo! All right, inhale, hands up, elbows up. Extend the arms out into a V. Inhale the elbows into cactus. Elbows down, hands down. Woo, gosh. Inhale, hands up. Elbows up. Extend into the V. Bring them back into the cactus. Exhale, elbows down, hands down. Beautiful. Take one more breath here. Stay down here for a minute. Gently bring your hands together. Make a little pillow. Place your one cheek, I don't care what cheek it is, on that little pillow and just breathe into this. There's a lot going on with those shoulders there, a real lot. Just breathe into this. As you're ready, I want you to flip your cheek. So turn your cheek, opposite cheek on your hand. When you're ready, let's bring those arms out into a T now, palms down. Take a breath here. You're going to bend your left elbow at a 90-degree angle. pressing through that hand, I want you to bring your hips or bring your torso onto your right hip, right? Okay. So now we're going to kind of stretch out that shoulder. If you'd like, lift that top leg, that left leg, bend the left knee, and then place that left foot behind you on the floor. All right. So just breathe into this first. You might have to work that left hand a little closer to your torso. If this is too much on your right shoulder, work your right hand a little closer to your right glute. If you want to try an extra challenge, inhale, left arm high. Exhale, that left hand behind you now. Now your shoulder blades are pinned together. So you're holding that like little pencil between the blades. Breathe into this. Next, inhale, breathe that left arm all the way up to the sky. Bend the left elbow, placing the left hand back down on the mat. And let's breathe our torso back down on our mat. Let's come into a T. Both arms out into a T. Coming in and setting up for the second side now. So again, both palms are on the floor. You're going to breathe the right hand in now at a right angle, a 90-degree angle. So elbow is in alignment with the shoulder. When you're ready, roll off onto that left hip. One side may be different. Just be aware of it. This is a tighter side for me. If you're ready, inhale and extend that right leg up off that left, bending that right knee. And if you can, place that right foot on the floor behind you. Woo. I got a little grip in that right hip. Just breathe. Looking for that challenge. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale it behind you. Pin the shoulder blades together. See if you can relax into this big heart opener here. Again, always remembering if this is too much for you, work that left hand closer to the left glute. Inhaling, right arm back up to the sky. Place that right hand down on the mat in that 90-degree angle, and let's roll back onto the torso. Taking a breath here. This time we're going to come into kind of a little tree. So I want you to take the left leg, bend it at a 90-degree angle, okay? Arms back out into a T. Just breathe into this. Just allow those shoulder blades to separate off your back. When you're ready, I want you again now to just take a second and breathe that left arm up. Okay, breathe that left arm up. Getting another stretch in the shoulder. And now take that left hand back down to the mat here for a minute. That's it. And then slowly roll yourself back down onto the mat, coming into a T. Extend now that right leg out. So it's in a 90-degree angle. And then when you're ready, inhale, right arm up. You'll notice that the inside of your right thigh comes up off the mat. It's perfectly normal. And then let's bring everything back down, bringing that right leg in to meet the left leg. Take a breath. And then slowly bring your arms in towards your sides, almost like in a little cobra. Just press yourself up. Bring those shoulder blades together. On your exhale, bring yourself back into what we call a puppy pose. So your hips are over your knees, your arms are in an extension now. And now if you can, just walk those hands out further and place your forehead down onto the mat. Just coming into puppy pose. This should feel good. It's kind of like I feel really good when I get into this. My shoulders feel better. Just breathe. And then slowly, let's come back into a regular table. And again, trying to stay off of our wrists. Take your right foot, place it in between your hands. Tuck the toe of the back foot. And when you're ready, slowly shift that right knee over the right foot. And I want you to look up. Lift your heart, gaze forward. That back foot should be all the way on the floor. Big stretch here. And then on your exhale, let's shift back into that runner's lunge. Keep your right foot connected to the mat. Shifting it back. Inhale, shift it forward. Look forward, heart open. You're only on fingertips. Exhale, shift the hips back towards the heel. Keep the toes connected of the right foot down on the mat. When you're ready, slowly come forward one more time. Open it up. Let the hips drop. And then on your exhale, making sure those hips are square, work that right hip back towards that left heel. Breathe. Beautiful. When you're ready, take your right knee, place it right next to your left knee, and let's just switch. Left foot comes between hands, and then shifting left knee over left toes. Look forward, allow your heart to float. Slowly on your exhale, keeping that connection of that left foot with the mat, shift your hips back towards the right heel. Inhale, come forward. Big stretch here. This should feel really good. On your exhale, shift your hips back. Connect the left toes to the mat. Layer that body over that left leg. Inhale, come forward. Last time. Get long. Allow the pelvis to drop. Feel that beautiful stretch on that hip flexor on the right side. And then exhale into the runner's lunge, connecting that left foot to the mat, but draping that body over that left leg. Gorgeous. Come forward, take one more breath. Place that left knee next to the right knee. We're gonna come back into those cat and cow rolls. So we're in table again. Your knees are hip width distance apart. Your feet are your toes are either tucked or you've got your feet onto the floor, whatever you'd like. I want you to drop down onto your forearms, come into that cat, look forward, heart forward. On your exhale, press through those hands, extend the arms round the chest, chin to chest, and sit back onto your heels, coming into child's pose. When you're ready, inhale, come forward onto the forearms, look forward, belly drops, sit bones are nice and wide. And then slowly press through those arms and those hands, chin to chest, round your spine like the scared cat. And exhale, bring those glutes back towards the heels, coming into child's pose. Let's reverse this time. So we're gonna roll up in through the cat this time. And then exhale, coming down onto the forearms, looking forward, coming into the cow. And then exhaling those hips back down to the mat. Beautiful. Taking one more breath. Inhale, come through your cat. Extend those arms, chin to chest. And then exhale, coming down onto the forearms, coming into that cow. And then shifting the hips back. And now just hold here. Take your arms behind you, coming into a child's pose, but allowing the shoulder blades to just relax here. Forehead to the mat. Breathe. When you're ready, nice and slowly, come on back through, and we're going to come to standing. So come to standing, make sure that you can see me. And we're just going to do a little bit of stretching up at the top. So when you're ready, inhale, both arms high to the sky.
we're going to grab, right hand is going to grab left wrist. Once you've grabbed your left wrist, I want you to just dip over to the right. Keep your hips squared to the front of the room. Inhale, come center. Switch the grip. Exhale and dip. Making sure your heart is open. Inhale, come to center. Switch the grip. Exhale and fold over to the right. Last time, inhale, come center. Grab that right wrist, pull it over towards the left with the left hand. And then inhale, come center. Beautiful. Take a breath. We're going to work back into our shoulder blades a tiny little bit. And let's hope I can get this and at least cue it or explain it a little bit. So I want you to bring your arms out to your side with the palms facing up. All right. Because I have to help you get into the rhythm. And sometimes I got to get my own rhythm going. So when you're ready, you're going to take that right hand, bring it up behind you like the palm could hit the back wall. And then turn or internally rotate that left hand behind you. So it kind of looks like this. So my left palm is pressing to that back wall. My right palm is up, pressing to that back wall. And now slowly you're going to flip your palms and your arms and you're going to switch it. Just working into the rotation. Inhale and switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. 2 more times. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Beautiful. I'm going to turn around now, coming back center. Okay. Going to take the right hand, palm faces behind you. So again, it's an internal rotation. You're taking that whole right shoulder and internally rotating it. Bend that elbow and place that right hand right there in your left hip. Once you've done that, you're going to grab the right hand with the left hand. Okay. Get nice and square here. And then as you're ready, drip your left shoulder drip your left ear to your left shoulder. Think about making sure that your chin is parallel with the floor so it's not looking up, it's not looking down. You should feel a nice kind of stretch. I don't know, I guess I would say down my neck, maybe even into my shoulder blade. Breathe into this. And then on the inhale, bring your head back, center, take a breath. Release your hands. Let's come in for the opposite side. So again, internally rotate left arm, bending at that left elbow, placing that left hand on the right hip, or yeah, I guess it's hip or waist. Grab that left hand. So get square, make sure everything is squared off, and then slowly on your exhale, right ear dips to right shoulder. Just feel what this feels like. It should feel really good. I do think tomorrow your shoulders may talk to you. Your wrists might even talk to you too. And then when you're ready, inhale, breathe your head back to center, disconnect nice and slowly. Let's bring those arms back out in front of you now. Let's make some fists. So all we're going to do is bring the fists together. We've done this before. So really kind of connect your knuckles. Your thumbs are facing you, but your arms are extended. And then on the exhale, shift the thumbs forward and the knuckles come back to your face. Inhale. That's it. Bring them together. Exhale and extend them out to the side. Inhale together. You'll notice that your shoulder blades are now separated off your back. Exhale. That's it. Beautiful. Gently separate your hands now a little wider and just give me some wrist circles. Nice little delicious wrist circles. That's it. Going in one direction. Sometimes, again, my mind fights me on this. So now I'm going to try to send them in the opposite direction. and it'll take me a while to get into the rhythm. But again, as I said, we're just putting this into our muscle memory so that we can remember it the next time and it's not such a difficult thing. Breathe. Gorgeous. Here we go. Bring your arms out into the goalpost or a T. Place those fists onto your shoulders. Take a breath. And on your next exhale, you're going to turn your whole torso over to the right. Breathe. Separate those elbows. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist left. Getting into that upper back a little bit. Inhale, come center. Exhale, go right. Inhale, come center. Exhale, go left. That was it. Last time, take one more breath. Come center, breathe. Allow your arms to come down to your sides. We're just going to do a few roll ups and roll downs, if that makes sense. We're going to kind of come in from a standing position. So let's just do it together. From a standing position, bring your chin to your chest. You can either have your hands in a fist or just let them go. And we are going to roll down one vertebrae at a time. Keep your chin connected with your chest. Allowing your arms, again, shoulders are coming out of the sockets, kind of like gorilla arms. And then allowing those hands to touch down to the mat into that Uttanasana. Feel that nice stretch on your hamstrings behind you. When you're ready, chin to chest. And we're going to roll up. Again, all your arms are doing are just hanging out there. They're not engaged. The last thing that's going to come up is your chin. Your head is last. We're going to do that again. Chin to chest. Rolling forward, shoulders come forward. Really just dripping down one vertebrae at a time. Make sure that your thighs are inner rotated, like you had a block in between them. You can hold that block. Now let your knuckles or your fingertips graze the mat. Take a breath. Inhale, chin to chest. That's it. Look at your belly button and let's roll up one vertebrae at a time, intentionally stacking them. Again, last thing that's going to come up is your chin and your chest. Take a breath here. Beautiful. We're going to do it one more time and then we're done. Let's roll down. Taking your time. Having those shoulder blades off the back. Hang out down here. Again, pressing those hamstrings behind you. And now gently looking at your belly button. Let's roll up intentionally. This is great. You're opening up all those little vertebrae on your spine, getting that synovial fluid to float through them. And then as you're ready, last thing that comes up is head and neck. Take a breath here. I want you to bring your right hand to your heart. Place your left hand on top of your right. And I just want you to close your eyes. I kind of want you to go into this. Just feel what's happening within your body. Feel where you created energy. Feel that connection with your heart and your breath as your rib cage expands. And then as it kind of knits together on the exhale, allow the shoulder blades to come down your back. As they drip down your back, you'll notice that the crown of your head climbs to the sky. Feel the earth underneath of you. Feel your legs like tree trunks. They support you all day long. Give them some gratitude. If you can, maybe pick up those toes a tiny bit. Feel the engagement of the front part of your legs. Notice how the kneecaps come up towards your face. Taking one more breath. Slowly let's open the eyes now. Disconnect your hands. I'm going to ask you to heel toe your feet out so that you can come into a Malasana squat. So when you're ready, bring your hands back into Anjali Mudra. Start to bend those knees. Making sure you have a nice straight spine. On your exhale, again, if this is like not where you want to be today, take that block, place it right under your tailbone. If you're okay without the block, be okay with it. But start to press those elbows into those knees. Open them up. Separate the shoulders onto the back. Breathe. And now slowly, exhale those hands down to the mat and come to the toes of the left foot. And now shift and come to the toes of the right foot. Just kind of stretching out those quads. Keep working those knees behind you. If you'd like now, come to the toes of that right foot and extend the left foot long. So left leg long. Bring those toes to you. Little Skandasana here. Breathe. Just stretching it out before we drop to the mat. Bring that foot back in. Stretch the right foot out. Toes to the sky. And then bring that foot back in. Come on to both of the toes first. So you're on toes. The heels are not on the mat. Press those elbows into the knees. Breathe. Slowly, left hand right down on the floor, right in the center, and inhale, right arm high. Anchor that left shoulder into that left knee. Nice little twist here. Let's exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. And then slowly place that hand down on the mat. So both hands are down on the mat. And if you can, slowly drop your hips down to the mat. Beautiful. Take a breath. And all I'm going to ask you to do now is roll down onto your back. Bring your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Just feel that nice little massage on your lower lumbar spine. Think about this too. If there's some place in your body right now that is saying to you, oh, I need to release this, I want you to do whatever your body is asking for so that it can release and come into Shavasana. That's it. And then slowly, when your body is ready, I want you to set yourself up into Shavasana. So let's set yourself into Shavasana very mindfully at this time. So make sure you place your heels to the outer edges of the mat. Before you let your heels go, I want you to press those heels forward. And then on the exhale, allow the heels to just drop open. So allow the feet to kind of just flop open. Start to relax through the inner thighs, through those abductors. So shoulders did a lot of work tonight. So I want you to have a kind of a small little tiny shimmy of those shoulder blades together so that you can bring your arms out into a diagonal with the palms facing up. Once you've done that, I want you to make a fist with those palms, and then on your exhale, let everything go. Open your fists up. Allow the relaxation to come into your hands and your wrists. Hopefully your eyes are closed. And let's begin a box breath. So we're going to breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Now follow that process silently in your mind. Allow that back body to become heavy and rooted
Allow your front body to be light and airy. With each inhale, I want you to breathe in what your body needs, and each exhale, release what it does not need. Take a moment to feel how your body is nestled onto your mat. You're in a safe place that feels like home. Let any holds of any muscles go. Bring the relaxation that you need to the areas of the body that are calling for it. And then enjoy your Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath, big and wide. Fill up all the way to the top and exhale everything out. Taking a few nice, big, huge, deep breaths like this. Again, filling everything up, expanding as much as possible and exhaling it out, even if it needs to come out of your mouth. And then slowly moving the joints, your ankles, your wrists. Maybe bringing your knees into your chest and again, rocking side to side. While your knees are into your chest, I want you to let go of them and just bring your arms overhead. Maybe again, using your abs, making tiny little circles with your knees while your arms are extended. And then slowly bringing your hands back to the knees or the shins. and rolling off onto your right side, coming into fetal position and holding. Always taking that moment of gratitude, because this hour sometimes is a gift when life is always hectic. To spend an hour out of your day to do something for yourself is truly a gift. And taking a moment to acknowledge the fact that you have some peace in your heart, you have your health, you have friendships, and being aware of how much we do have and learning to be grateful and acknowledging it instead of taking it for granted. As you're ready, pressing that left hand into the floor, bringing yourself back into a sitting position. Let's bring those hands to the heart, just like we did at the end of the class. So right hand to your heart, left hand on top. Drip your chin to your chest. Again, taking a moment to feel the expansion and the contraction of your breath, your prana. It is your life force. And I am a firm believer that God gave you so many breaths and that we're here to use them wisely. And then gently bring your head back up, hands into Anjali Mudra. Ladies, namaste. Thank you. I just want you to tell me what you thought of, if you can unmute yourself, what you guys thought of that thing where you're